Hello you guys, welcome back to Kimonica's channel. Okay, in this video I'm going to tell you guys about an experience I had on Delta Airlines. Now, I know I told y'all in my last weight loss update that I was going to basically start sharing with you guys some experiences that I've had, when I was heavy. Not so good experiences. And the reason I guess I want to share it with you guys is of course, to help you guys, let you guys know that y'all are not alone. And of course, to motivate me, because I want to be able to look at some of the negative things, some of the things that broke my heart, when I was heavier. Because, for example, this specific story, I have never told anyone until the other day. I was on the phone talking about it, and I almost, I got a little teary-eyed because I haven't thought about it in a while. And I was thinking to myself, it's things like that keep me focused, and it reminds me of where I was, and it keeps me on track and lets me know where I was so that I don't go back to it. So I guess, I want to share some different things with you guys, now and later, and just to let you guys know that y'all are not alone. Y'all was not alone. And just a reminder of where we were so that we don't go back to that point, okay? So the first thing I want to tell y'all about is my Delta experience. So I think I was like 25 years old, and I was on my way to Ohio, okay, from Alabama to Ohio. So I had an overlay and all that great stuff. So I had I had to get on, from going there and coming back, I had to get on 4 different flights, okay? So I was a little obsessed because I got my ticket online, okay? So you can, you can pick your seat and all that great stuff. I think up until so many hours or whatever before, you get on the flight. So I was obsessed with that because I knew I was going to be too big to sit in the seat. So I wanted to make sure that I was on a flight that was not like, booked, like slam packed. I wanted to make sure that I got a seat that there wasn't anyone sitting there, right next to me. So on my flight, and a couple of people told me, a couple of of my plus size friends, they told me, when you get on the flight, make sure, the first thing you do is ask them for a seat extension, all that great stuff. So I did that, no problem with that. So the flight going, I was fine. It was 3 seats, and then there was somebody sitting on the window. So basically I had 2 seats to myself, and the seats are so small, you guys. Like, if you think of a lawn chair, like, take 25% of that lawn chair away, and like, those seats are that small. It's like, it's really, really small, really small. So anyway, I was taking up like a seat and a half, okay? So on my second flight, I was fine too, kind of the same situation. Well, I started running into problems on my way home. First thing that happened was I missed my first flight, okay? So of course I already had it arranged, where I was going to sit, because I picked, my seats or whatever. So I missed my flight, so I had to get on another flight. And this other flight that I had to get on, it was like slam packed. Like, I don't remember like how they worded it or whatever, but they was basically saying that, the flight was booked, whatever. So I started worrying, okay? I started worrying. So, they have that thing where they say if you're heavy or whatever, they'll make you pay for 2 seats or whatever. So that started coming into my head. I started getting nervous. So I went to the counter, I just simply asked the lady, would I be able to get, on this flight? She looked at me like, what are you talking about? She's like, you have a ticket, you paid for your ticket, right? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, well, we're going to get you on the flight. So that made me feel so much better. And I must say that, like, the whole experience with Delta was like awesome. That was the first time I ever been on a plane. So yeah, that was like an awesome experience. So anyway, so the first so that's the first flight. So I'm getting on the flight or whatever, and I'm still a little nervous inside. So as I'm boarding the plane and I'm walking down the aisle, I felt like everyone on that flight was looking at me like, oh my God, I just hope she her seat is not by me. That's how I felt, like everybody was looking at me like that. So, when I finally got to my seat, it was a man and a lady, okay? So I find my seat and I sit down and I squeeze into this seat, and my leg is like pushing up against the man, in the middle, and I'm the armrests in the seat couldn't move up, so I'm basically trying to hang over the edge of the seat, trying to get some of my body off of him. So when the flight attendant got close to us, I don't remember what he said verbatim, but he said it loud enough for everyone around us to hear, but not loud enough, just making a big scene. He was like, can you find me another seat, please? And, whew, oh my goodness, just thinking about it right now, you guys, is just, okay, so anyway, um, I was looking in the flight attendant face, and you can tell that she was, first off, she already seen the situation because she came past us, and then when she was on her way back, that's when he said something to her, okay? So, you can kind of tell that she was going to take care of the situation. So, when he said that, you can tell that she was a little upset that he did that, but he's a customer. What can you do, okay? So, whatever, so she was like, yes, sir, give me a moment. Let me get everybody seated. I'll see what we can do because the flight is booked up or whatever. So she found him another seat and she moved him or whatever. So, whatever, that was like the worst experience. Like, it crushed me inside. It really, really crushed me inside. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that if you're on a flight and you're sitting by someone that's really heavy and they're taking up half of your seat, that you should deal with it. That's not what I'm saying at all. You should be comfortable. You paid for your flight. You shouldn't have to deal with somebody's body basically pouring over into your seat. That's not what I'm saying at all. Like I said from the beginning, I just want to share, stories with you guys because it's things like that it's not that, well, not this particular story because like I said, I think maybe I suppressed it, like, because I haven't even thought about that since it happened until the other day. So I think I might have even suppressed that somewhere in my mind because it broke my heart. It broke my heart, and sadly enough, it didn't break my heart for me to do something about it because that wasn't something that motivated me to lose weight, but it's something that will motivate me to continue to lose weight. So yeah. So the next flight that I got, okay, so that was the first flight on my way home. I had a layover. So the next flight that I got on, I was in the, what do they call those seats? The, I don't know. I can't even think of the name of the seats, but anyway, it's the seats that are by the emergency door, and they're supposed to be bigger than your normal regular seats. I couldn't even fit into that seat. Well, it just so happened that it was a woman that was about 3 rows back, her and her daughter. And she was like, you know, stewardess, let me, because it was basically 2 of those seats empty. She was like, let me and my daughter move and she can have these 2 seats. And then she was like, okay, that's fine. And then when the lady was coming up, she was like, she said something to me along the lines of, I hate the fact that these seats are so small because that's the reason my mom won't fly. Oh my God. I am so lame right now. Why am I getting teary-eyed? I don't know. Oh goodness. Okay, y'all. Um so anyway, so she gave me their seats or whatever, and I sat down. So, you know, at the end of it all, everything worked out, you know. The first situation kind of crushed me inside. The second situation, it was more of a nice, you know, lady trying to help me out, which really touched me. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I still look at that situation like, man, I can't fit in the seats, you know. So anyway, that was my experience with flying. That was my first time flying, and that was my last time flying. I know once I hit my goal, like, that is going to be the one thing that I do. I'm going to go somewhere on a plane, I guess, just to see can I fit in the seats. So of course y'all know when that time come, I'm going to have my camera out and I'm going to share that experience with y'all. So you guys, I just wanted to share that experience with y'all. And I just know in my heart and in my mind and just within this journey that the next time I tell y'all about a airplane experience, it is going to be so much different. I hope and pray that I'm not going to have to ask them for a seatbelt extension. I'm going to be able to sit in my own seat and not worry about pouring over into someone else's seat. I'm not going to have to worry about stalking an airplane flight, you know, to see, you know, who's in what seat and, you know, where I can find a seat that no one is sitting near me, you know. That is just something that I cannot wait to share with you guys in the future because it is going to happen. I am not going to have to worry about that in the future. I know I'm not. So I just want to share that with you guys, and I hope that this is a little bit of motivation to keep you guys on track and all that good stuff. So thank you guys so very much for coming back to Kimonica's channel. I love you guys. Peace.